will also be our pleasure tonight to announce our major awards. We have new hotels that have reached the standard of AA Red Stars, and we'll be announcing the winner of the Guest Accommodation and the AA Courtesy and Care Award. And of course, we'll be announcing the AA Hotel of the Year. We'll keep it as informal as we can, and I hope we'll have a very enjoyable evening. Can I first ask our CEO, Brendan Nevin, to come up and say a few words for us.
Thank you, Eoghan, and thank you, Conor. And thank you all indeed. I was also going to thank the Minister, but she's actually had to leave before she quite arrived after taking some pictures, because apparently there's some urgent Dáil business going on. I first attended this awards about 7 years ago, at times that I think were quite different to the times that we have today. And we've seen quite a remarkable bounce back in this industry over that time. It now employs 180,000 people, brings 8 billion of revenue into the country, and is now really a core industry. And that success is in no small part due, I think, to people in this room and your peers throughout the country. And it's been quite a remarkable comeback. Some credit, we think, is also due to the government for introducing 9% VAT and maintaining it. And we would strongly encourage them to keep that going in this year's budget. Now, while that has been a remarkable bounce back in the industry over the last few years, it isn't without its challenges. And the recovery has brought a number of challenges. And two in particular, I think, do spring to mind, which is if you want to open a hospitality business, hotel, guest house, B&B, you've got to invest. You've got to invest in premises, you've got to invest in people, and you've got to invest in standards. And in fact, it's those three things that have made the Irish tourist product as renowned and famous as it is today. But now, today, this industry faces an unregulated competitor, where any private operator can open a hospitality business overnight and put it onto short stay rental and peer-to-peer websites. And that is an entirely unregulated competitor. And it seems to us that it is grossly unfair that you can avoid those standards for people and premises and compete with an established industry and actually put at risk the quality of the Irish tourist product as we have it today. It's taken a lot of effort to get us this far, and that is a form of competition that needs to be looked at very closely. Now, it's not about resisting change. So clearly, these websites have an important place. They have a role to play. However, cities right across Europe and the US have already moved to regulate that sector, because it does seem unfair that enormous profits can be made without responsibility. And we would encourage the government to look at that as soon as possible. And it's not even an issue for this sector. It is a wider issue, even affecting one of the biggest challenges we have in the country, which is housing. It's been talked about quite a bit about the impact in Dublin, where we know about a third of the available rental property is on these websites. But it's funny, I looked at a town outside Ireland this morning on the way here at Westport. A little bit of a tourist town, but it's also a normal business town. And as of this morning, there were 4 properties for long-term rental on daft.ie in Westport, and there were 249 on Airbnb. So that is a challenge that clearly will need to be faced. The second kind of challenge that seems to us to be a significant one is staffing and resourcing. Now, it's not a surprise to hear that. I think it's an issue for many industries, many businesses in the country. But a lot of attention is given to the technology sector in terms of IT, computing and so on, and rightly so. But perhaps we need to look at this model again for the hospitality sector. And maybe it's time that we look at, or maybe go back to looking at, developing that talent locally. And we're really talking about the core skills that are needed in the industry, whether they be chefs, bartenders, waiting staff. It's going to get increasingly difficult to bring those trades in from around the world as other countries equally enjoy booms. And we would encourage the government to look as soon as possible at really getting behind a wider and larger apprenticeship scheme that provides a pathway for talent into the industry. Because the alternative, if we don't, is we will see costs inevitably rise in the industry. We'll see the growth that's happened over the last number of years will come to a halt and will slow down, and the tourist product will suffer as a result. And we think that is something that should start as soon as possible. Anyway, enough of the ranting. This is an evening which is about celebrating excellence and celebrating success, and we shall now begin to do that. Thank you very much.
Brendan, thank you very much. I mean, Brendan said he was first at this award ceremony 7 years ago. I shudder to tell you how long I've been around in this place. I've actually been with the AA for an awful long time, for all of my working life. And it is a wonderful organisation, and it has stayed that way throughout its years. But for all its diversity and range of activities that it's involved in, the AA has never wavered in its commitment to the hospitality sector. And I know I'm always proud to see an AA sign on a hotel or a guest house, and to know that it can only be there if Declan Connors and his team are satisfied that the standards are superb. And this is an industry full of some very determined and hard-working people. It's been through some tough times, Brendan referenced, and I think the last economic downturn was tougher than most. And it would have been tempting maybe to allow standards to slip in those difficult years, but collectively the industry showed an incredible commitment to quality. And there are reasons to be optimistic at the moment. Tourism numbers are on the increase and Ireland's more popular than ever. And the AA is very pleased to see those establishments that we've known for many years getting the benefit and the reward for their efforts. So the AA seeks to recognise those high standards and to encourage your continued success. So you will continue to see Declan and his colleagues in inspections and Rosette and cuisine academies and in consultancies and in training, because when the AA inspects a premises, as you know, it's something we take very seriously.
As Conor said, when we do inspect premises, we do it to a very exacting standard. So at each level of star category, whether 3, 4 or 5 star, there will be an individual hotels that stand out from their peers as being excellent. These are selected by the AA inspectors and recognised with the award of Red Stars. An AA Red Star denotes a hotel that is operating beyond its classification. These are places where you can expect a little bit more of everything, more comfort, more facilities, more attention, and many extras. So from 2 to 5 stars, these are the very best Irish hotels. While every AA hotel will meet high standards, these are a cut above. Last year there were 15 AA Red Star hotels in Ireland. Today we are very pleased to announce that there are now 2 more. Please join me in congratulating Harvey's Point from County Donegal and Park Hotel Kenmare, County Kerry.
Congratulations, and if you know those establishments, as many will, you'll know that's well deserved. Way back in the distant past, even before me, when Henry Ford thought that black was quite a nice colour, and I had yet to deliver my first traffic report, there was an early AA secretary, a chap called Stenson Cook, a very fine man for the spit and polish, very plummy individual, and he thought a great deal about the discerning tastes of AA members. So he thought about his bottle of brandy one evening and how the quality was marked on it during using stars. And he thought this would be just the thing to let early motorists know about the quality of the roadside inns and taverns that they were frequently on those early road trips. So he invented the 1 to 5 star grading system for hotels, and that's now a world standard in use right across the globe. And I'm inclined to say that along with being the first, the AA is also the best standard to attain. When the AA calls a hotel 5 star, you can be sure that we mean it. An AA classification is one that is published the whole world over, literally, and international visitors can rely on it as being an independent and robust assessment. There aren't that many AA 5-star hotels, and the ones that there are very well-known international brands. But I'm delighted to say that for the first time in quite a while, we are now announcing 2 new hotels achieving the standard of 5 AA stars. So 2 new 5-star hotels joining the elite. Our congratulations, please, to Ahado Heights in Killarney and to Hayfield Manor in County Cork. AA 5-star hotels.
In their attention to detail and overall adherence to high quality dedication to their guests. So Conor is going to get the ball rolling, what we expect to be very interesting awards.
The main business of the evening, and I suppose if you do spend 100 years or so travelling the length and breadth of the country, inspecting accommodation and hospitality and food, it's nice if once a year you get to dress up nicely and present an award to those that we consider to be the very best in the business. We have wonderful hotels here, as we all know. You'd be proud of them. I must say, I love hearing a foreign accent in an Irish hotel because I know they're going to be impressed by us. We all carry that little Fáilte Ireland bit, I think, where we try and make the extra effort when we're talking to visitors. And you'd certainly be proud of Ireland's guest houses and B&Bs. These are smaller and more intimate establishments, and they allow visitors to get a little closer to us and to enjoy Irish hospitality in a slightly more intimate setting. So this year, when looking to name the best guest house in Ireland, we looked for hospitality and warmth and helpfulness and friendliness in a beautiful Irish setting. And our search took us to the sunny southeast, to the county of Wexford, to the setting of Duncannon near the town of New Ross. This year's AA Guest Accommodation of the Year is Aldridge Lodge, Duncannon, County Wexford. Congratulations. Congratulations. I believe Joanne Harding is going to come up and accept the award.
This small restaurant and guest accommodation has held the prestigious Michelin Guide of Month since 2007, 2 AA Rosettes for food since 2016, 4 AA Diamonds for guest rooms since 2016, and has won many awards from the Food and Wine magazine and the Sunday Independent Life magazine. Day-changing menus, local and homegrown produce, and excellent value for money make this restaurant widely regarded as among the best in the country.
Well done, Joanne.
So next we have my favourite accolade, the AA Courtesy and Care Award. And whether you're in hospitality or selling insurance, a business is only as good as the people in it. Or as my granddad used to say, there's no point putting a pretty bow on a rotten child. So from experience, I can tell you that working in the hospitality industry is often a thankless job. So it gives me great pleasure to tell this team, you've done an excellent job, and we've noticed. So the AA Courtesy and Care Award goes to all the fantastic staff of the 12 Barna County Galway.
Located just 10 minutes west of Galway City, this hotel looks as if it's been on the site for decades. However, once inside, the decor is striking and contemporary. The bedrooms come in a number of different sizes, but all are furnished with taste and guest comfort in mind. It's clear that the team's focus on ensuring a positive guest experience with great care and hospitality provided by the team on every occasion. The social skills displayed by the team are second to none, and the anticipation of individual needs are evident in all instances. Guests are given the strong impression of being well cared for by a wonderful team. Congratulations. Yay! Yay! Somebody write it down. Somebody write it down. It's only April 2018 and already Galway have won something. So there you go. Yeah. So now we come to the big one, the award for the AA Hotel of the Year. This is our supreme accolade and it is never bestowed lightly. Over the years, it's an award that's been held with pride by some magnificent establishments known throughout the world. AA inspectors don't please easily. We operate to very exacting standards and we're extremely discerning. You can't apply for an AA award. You can't nominate yourself. You can't phone a friend. You can't bump your way up the pecking order. Every hotel that is listed by the AA is personally inspected by the AA. All of those hotels are considered, but even though those hotels tend to be quality establishments and tend to be very passionate, there are only a few that can ever aspire to the top award. We know that for the next year, we will represent their brand and they will represent ours. In guidebooks, online, throughout Ireland, the UK, across the world, this hotel will carry the mark of supreme quality and can with some justification describe itself as the best hotel in Ireland. This year, the AA Hotel of the Year is Ballyfin Demesne from County Laois. Congratulations. Congratulations to the team led by General Manager Damien Bastia. I'd like to call the team up on the stage. I think Martina Yearsley has been persuaded to say a word or two to us, so perhaps we'll torture her into a little bit of public speaking. Sure, why not?
Before she does, I'll let you know that the former Patrician Brothers School in Ballyfin Demesne has been lavishly restored by Chicago and Fred Kirkland and his Irish wife Kay. Although the property of 600 acres was sold in May 2002, it was August 2008 before the school finally closed. Painstaking restoration took place from then until the estate opened as a 5-star hotel in May 2011. Staying here is like being in a private home with the atmosphere of a period Irish house, with all the facilities of a 5-star resort. With 20 rooms and suites, it is a very special place that has won many international awards in its very short history.
Okay, wow, thank you so much to the AA for this award. It is an absolute honour and a privilege to receive this award on behalf of the team who do an amazing job for us. We all work as a fantastic team, to the owners, to the general manager, and a big thank you to everybody. To accept this award in front of all of our peers is just fantastic, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Martina. We're delighted to have you here this evening. There are quite a few other people here whose hard work should be recognised. So I'm sure you'll all agree we've all had a wonderful evening so far, looked after by all the staff here at Conrad. I'd like to thank Mark Mangan, the General Manager, Kevin Brennan, who's the Director of Operations, Martin in the kitchen, and all who've helped make this a very nice evening. And thank you also to Declan Connors, who's down the back, and Michelle Connor, who put this event together, Barry Albert for his tireless work in the press office, Kathy Flynn for putting together this presentation that is behind me here, and for all of the other hard work that she's done, our fantastic technician Glenn over in the corner, and the fabulous Anne-Marie Donovan working in front of the house as well.
So from the fabulous Arwen and the more or less acceptable me, that's about it for the formalities. I do hope you'll stay and have a drink and have a little chat and enjoy us. We have an evening opened up in front of us. We promised we'd keep the formalities short, and I hope we have. So thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you in the room. Thank you.